Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Canvass meeting for August 27th, 2013. Let the roll call reflect that all board members are present with the exception of Chair Blair, who should be joining us shortly. And we'll have the audience stand, and please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and we'll now have a moment of silence. Thank you. Next on the agenda is consideration of certifying the August 13th, 2013 municipal primary election results, and Ms. Tracy Hansen will be presenting.
Good evening, Count. I keep hoping this will get easier for me, and it doesn't. It's pretty intimidating. The election was held on August 13th, and we had approximately 5.78% turnout. There was 1,716 ballots cast citywide, and the results for Stephen D. Thompson has 655 votes for 38.30%. Sherry Moriali had 158 votes for 9.24%. Marcia L. White, 897 for 52.46% of the vote. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
What percentage were the early voting?
Let's see. Early voting was 0.47%. So there were 139 early votes. It was interesting to note that people that appeared at the polls were 789 voters, and there were 788 absentee votes. So it was just one more that actually came to the polls. Thought it was interesting if people are interested in the vote by mail election. But
I have a question with the vote by mail thing, and it's just, I don't know, a consistency thing. When we had maybe things were different because it was the only way you could vote, but with the library bond issue, the envelopes were prepaid, and with ours, they weren't. And I heard from a few people, I was one of them, that put the envelope in the mailbox without even thinking to put a stamp on it and got it back.
Yeah. With an vote by mail, the entity is required to pay postage both ways. With absentee ballots, we're not required.
Okay, that's what I thought the difference. Someone just asked me what the difference was because I think, the first time they had voted by mail was with the library bond
and
issue,
they could just drop it in the mail.
That was prepaid. So
yeah.
Tracy, one other question, just on the summary of the absentee ballot. 806 ballots were returned, and 161 returned as undeliverable. But of that 806, do you have a reason why they're returned, or is it other than those that say undeliverable?
They were undeliverable by the post office, so they never were delivered to.
Right, that's the 161, correct? Mm-hmm. But then the 806 that were just returned, that's how many were sent back? Was 806?
That's how many voted.
Okay.
Yes, that's how many people returned a ballot, and 788 of those were counted.
Right, got it. Thank you.
There was 18 that were not counted. 13 were returned past the deadline. 3 were unsigned, and 2 of them did not have signatures that matched the voter record.
That's what I was asking for. Okay.
On the undeliverable ballots, do we still go through and count those, or are they just thrown out?
They were never delivered to a voter.
Voted.
So the county tries to track those down and find out why, but that's the voter registration side of it. So, okay.
Any other questions for Tracy? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll move that we certify the August 13th, 2013 municipal primary election results.
I'll second it.
We have a motion from Board Member Van Hoosier and a second from Board Member Wicks to certify the August 13th municipal election results. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you. Next is public comments. This is an opportunity to address the council regarding your concerns or ideas. Please state your name and address for the record and limit your comments to 3 minutes. No public comments. Comments from the mayor.
I'd like to just offer my gratitude to the Recorder's Office and the County Auditor's Office and all the volunteers that manned very quiet polling stations that day. That's something I think we can all work on, getting more people out to vote and have their voices be heard. 6%'s not very optimistic, but they still were there. They were prepared. They worked hard, and I really appreciate them giving of their time and energy to help serve the community. So huge offer of gratitude from us.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from council members?
I went to the open house on Thursday that the water department had there at Mound Fort, and they provided illustrations and answered the questions that the concerns of those attending would be. Mainly the ones from the canyon were there to ask that. But my hat goes off to that department because it has been a very difficult project for us to administer. And Jay Lauder and Justin Anderson and those that are involved in the department have gone to great extremes to try to answer the questions that needed to be answered and try to provide the information. And I think it's a job well done for that department to provide that type of information. So,
Any others? Motion.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a motion to adjourn from Councilmember Heyer and a second from Councilmember Wicks. This is a voice vote. All in favor? Aye. Okay. As a reminder, there's a council work session to be held following this meeting. The purpose of the work session is to have discussion with Pineview Water Systems and Weber Basin Water Conservancy District, receive a BNC Road Fund presentation, and conduct council mayor discussion, and receive a water capital improvements plan, and other council business.
Thank you.